Dear students, welcome to our YouTube channel Vidya for Success.
Yes, dear children, let us study one more biomicromolecule in this video, that is nitrogen bases. What do you mean by nitrogen bases? Why they are called as biomicromolecules? So we already know that if the molecules they are having the molecular weight not more than 800 Dalton, such a molecules are considered as biomicromolecules. So nitrogen bases are also comes under the category biomicromolecules because their molecular weight is not more than 800 Dalton. Right? What is the structure of nitrogen bases? So in the name itself we have the nitrogen. So in this compound biomolecule we can see the nitrogen. So because the nitrogen is prominently present in this biomolecule, it is called as nitrogen bases, right? So nitrogen bases exhibit one of the particular structure in the cell. So its structure is uh, heterocyclic ring structure. So there are some carbon containing compounds are present in our body. So those carbon containing compounds they exhibit heterocyclic ring structure. So because they are exhibiting heterocyclic ring structure, they are some of the important molecules in our body. So the formation of some macromolecules takes place by using the nitrogen bases, right? So nitrogen bases are the best example of heterocyclic ring structures in our body. So what do you mean by heterocyclic ring structure? So just you observe the molecular structure what I have displayed on the screen. So this is one of the nitrogen base. If you observe the actual structure of the compound, we can see the nitrogen. Nitrogen is present prominently and it is arranged, that means the molecules present in that particular biomolecule arranged in a cyclic way, right? So because there is a particular structure, cyclic structure we can see in this base, this particular molecule is called as heterocyclic ring structure. Clear? So this molecule exhibit heterocyclic ring structure. So nitrogen base is the best example of carbon containing compound. It is exhibiting heterocyclic ring structure. Understood? And in the nitrogen bases, there are two categories are present. One is purine and another one is pyrimidine. Based on what we have divided the nitrogen bases. So children, in some of the nitrogen bases, we can see only one heterocyclic ring structures. In some of the nitrogen bases, we can find two heterocyclic ring structures. Clear? So based on the number of heterocyclic rings present in the nitrogen bases, they are broadly classified under two categories. One is purines and another category is pyrimidines. Clear? So purines are the kind of nitrogen bases. They exhibit two heterocyclic ring structure. So there are two cyclic structures, they are get attached with one another. So such a nitrogen bases are called as purines. And another category we have that is named as pyrimidine. So pyrimidines are the nitrogen bases. They have only one heterocyclic ring structure. Understood? Yes. So here I have given the name of purines and pyrimidines. So purines are pyrimidines are the two categories of nitrogen bases, right? So adenine and guanine, they are the kind of purines. So there are two nitrogen bases are comes under purine. One is adenine and another one is guanine. Then cytosine, uracil and thymine, they are comes under pyrimidine category. Understood? So totally how many numbers of nitrogen bases are present in the living organism? So there are 5 number of nitrogen bases are present. Adenine, guanine, cytosine, uracil and thymine. Adenine, guanine are purines. Cytosine, uracil and thymine are pyrimidines, right? So these nitrogen bases, sometime they are found attached with a molecule of sugar in the cytoplasm, because we know that the micromolecules are prominently present in the cytoplasmic region, right? So when they are found in the cytoplasmic region, they are found attached with a molecule of sugar in order to form one of the compound that is called as nucleosides. This is very important concept. So nucleosides are the structures. They are formed only when the nitrogen base is found attached to a sugar. So when the nitrogen bases are attached with this sugar, there is a one compound is going to form in this living cell, that is nucleosides. Understood? So all the 5 nitrogen bases what I have listed here, they are combined with sugar in order to form a nucleosides. So let us see one of the nucleoside, that is adenosine. So how adenosine is going to form? So adenine is a nitrogen base, right? So this is combined with sugar and forms adenosine. So adenosine is nothing but what? Nucleoside. Then in the similar way, guanine is another nitrogen base. This combines with sugar and form guanosine. Understood? So children, here we are not going to study the molecular structure. We are not concentrating on the molecular structure. Instead of that, we are just learning different types of nucleosides. Right? So when a molecule of sugar combines with adenine, it forms adenosine, and guanine combines with sugar and form guanosine. Thymine combines with a molecule of sugar and form thymidine. And cytosine is also a nitrogen base. It combines with sugar and form cytidine. Cytidine is a kind of nucleoside. And uracil combines with sugar and form uridine. So these are the 5 different types of nucleosides. So when the nucleoside formation takes place in the cell, so when the nitrogen base combines with the sugar, that is known as nucleosides, right? So nucleosides are very essential compounds. They need to be formed for the formation of one of the macromolecule in our body. So you have heard the terminology nucleic acids, right? So in order to form nucleic acids in the cell require the help of nucleosides. So nucleosides are in turn going to form a one more structure, that is nothing but nucleotides. So what do you mean by nucleotides? So nucleotides are the compounds, organic compounds. They are formed when the nucleosides are found esterified with phosphate. So when the nucleoside esterified with phosphate, we are going to get nucleotides. So what do you mean by nucleotides? So nucleotides are the organic compounds. They are biomicromolecules. So these biomicromolecules are the monomers of nucleic acid. So we know DNA, right? RNA. So DNA and RNA are nucleic acid. So in order to form a long chain of DNA or RNA, we need nucleotides. So nucleotides are the monomers of nucleic acid. So there are many nucleotides, they combine with one another, they form a bond with one another in order to form nucleic acid. So that nucleotides are called as monomers of nucleic acid. So how actually the nucleotide formation takes place? So when the nucleosides combine with phosphate, we are going to get different types of nucleotides, right? So we have already discussed about the nucleosides. So nucleosides are nothing but nitrogen bases plus sugar, right? So nucleotides are nothing but nucleosides plus phosphate. So let us study the first example of nucleotide. So the nucleoside, that is adenosine. So adenosine is a kind of nucleoside, right? So adenosine combines with phosphate and forms adenosine monophosphate. So only one phosphate molecule combines with nucleoside here. Understood? So that it is named as adenosine monophosphate, or another name we used for this nucleotide is adenylic acid. So because the phosphate is acidic in nature, so because it is acidic in nature, the kind of nucleotide is going to form is adenylic acid. And the second nucleotide is guanylic acid. So how the guanylic acid is going to form? So guanosine is a kind of nucleoside, right? It combines with phosphate and forms guanosine monophosphate. So what is the another name of guanosine monophosphate? It is called as guanylic acid. So guanylic acid is a kind of nucleotide. Then thymidine. Thymidine is a kind of nucleoside. It combines with phosphate and forms thymidine monophosphate. So the name of thymidine monophosphate is thymidyllic acid. So in a similar way, uridine. Uridine is a nucleoside, combines with phosphate and form uridine monophosphate, and the another name for this is uridylic acid. And cytidine. Cytidine combines with phosphate and forms cytidylic acid. It is also called as cytidine monophosphate. Right? So these are the 5 different types of nucleotides. One is adenylic acid, another one is guanylic acid, and third one is thymidyllic acid, fourth one is uridylic acid, and fifth one is cytidylic acid. So just you observe the structure of nucleotide on the screen. So I have displayed the structure of adenylic acid. So in this structure we can notice the presence of nitrogen base. So what kind of nitrogen base we have? Adenine is a nitrogen base that is found attached with pentose sugar. Right. So there is a sugar, we can see that the kind of sugar here is pentose sugar, and at the another end we can find the presence of phosphate. Clear? So there are 3 different molecules, they combine to form nucleotide, right? One is nitrogen base and another one is sugar, then phosphate. Understood? So when these 3 are going to combine with one another, we are going to get nucleotides. Clear? So we will discuss the kind of bond formation between nucleoside and phosphate when we are discussing about the nucleic acid structure, right? But in order to form the bond between the sugar molecule and a phosphate, there is a need of removal of one water molecule. Clear? So we will discuss about the bond formation when we are studying about the nucleic acid structure, right? So children, here you have to practice the different kinds of nucleotides and nucleosides, because for the CET point of view this concept is very important. So they will give the name, it may be adenylic or guanylic. They tell you to identify whether it is a nucleotide or nucleoside. So you should be very clear in this concept, right? Yes, let us study the differences between nucleosides and nucleotides. So first of all, what do you mean by nucleotides? Nucleotides are the monomers of nucleic acid. So nucleic acid is a polymer, right? It is a kind of macromolecule. So that macromolecule is made out of monomers. They are nothing but nucleotides. So many nucleotides, they are joined with one another in order to form a nucleic acid. So a single nucleotide consists of 3 different compounds. One is pentose sugar, another one is nitrogen bases, and one more is phosphoric acid. So phosphoric acid is also called as phosphate, right? So these are the three different compounds. They are going to form nucleotide in the cell. What do you mean by pentose sugar? Penta is nothing but 5. So there are 5 carbon atoms are present in the sugar, so that the kind of sugar here is called as pentose sugar. So we have two different kinds of nucleic acids. One is DNA and another one is RNA, right? In case of DNA, the kind of pentose sugar present is deoxyribose sugar. So kind of pentose sugar is deoxyribose sugar in DNA. But in case of RNA, the ribose sugar is present. Understood? And if you come to the nitrogen bases, so we have studied about the 5 different nitrogen bases, right? But if you take a single nucleic acid, it consists of only 4 nitrogen bases. So in case of DNA, we have adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. But in case of RNA, we have adenine, guanine, cytosine and uracil. There is no thymine. Instead of thymine, we have uracil in case of RNA. So each nucleic acid consists of only 4 nitrogen bases. And the final compound is phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid is same in both the nucleic acid, right? So this is about the complete structure of nucleotides in the nucleic acid. So nucleotides are named as the monomers of nucleic acid. So just have a look into the structure of nucleotide. So we have a pentose sugar at the center. So pentose sugar consists of 5 carbon atom. So carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the number of carbon present in the pentose sugar. So to the first carbon of pentose sugar, nitrogen bases get attached. So there is a bond we can see between the pentose sugar and nitrogen base. So that bond is called as glycosidic bond. So glyco is nothing but what? Glucose. So between the nitrogen base and the pentose sugar, there is a bond formation takes place at the first carbon atom. That bond is named as glycosidic bond. And again, between the phosphoric acid and the carbon of the pentose sugar, there is a bond. So that bond is called as ester bond. So it is usually called as diester bond, phosphodiester bond, because there is a 2 bond takes place on either side of the phosphate, because when one nucleotide binds with the adjacent nucleotide, there is a need of bond formation. So phosphate or phosphoric acid involved in the bond formation between the 2 nucleotides, as well as it is bind with the 4th carbon of the pentose sugar. So that because there is a 2 ester bond on either side of the phosphate, it is called as phosphodiester bond. So this is about the nucleotide structure. Then if you come to the nucleosides, so nucleosides are also biomicromolecules because their molecular weight is less than 800 Dalton. So in order to form nucleotides in the cell, there is a need to form nucleosides. So first nucleosides formation takes place. After that, nucleotides will form in the cell. What do you mean by nucleosides? So nucleosides are made up of pentose sugar and nitrogen bases. There is no phosphate here, only pentose sugar and nitrogen bases. So when there is a combination of pentose sugar with the nitrogen bases, that molecule, biomolecule, is named as nucleosides. So the pentose sugar may be deoxyribose or it may be ribose sugar. The nitrogen bases may be adenine, guanine, cytosine or thymine, or it may be uracil. So when there is a combination of nitrogen bases with the pentose sugar, that structure is called as nucleosides. So which bond actually binds the pentose sugar with the nitrogen base? Glycosidic bond. So at which carbon position there is a bond formation takes place? At the first carbon of pentose sugar, there is a bond formation takes place with the nitrogen base. So these are the differences between nucleosides and nucleotides.